Hi, everyone. This is David Stroud with Fairway Mortgage, and today I'm joined with Bryan Coray from CO Roofing here in Colorado Springs. We're going to discuss three topics that are really important when it comes to roofs. And so, Bryan, the first one I want to talk with you about is what should someone do if they suspect that they have hail damage on their roof?
Well, the first thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to have your roof inspected by a qualified roofer before you make your claim. And that's very important because you don't want to make an insurance claim unless you know you have enough damage on your roof to justify a replacement. The problem that we see a lot of times is a homeowner will call their insurance company, the adjuster will show up and tell them that they don't have enough damage for replacement, but then they have a claim against their record on their insurance. So you want to avoid unnecessary claims. Make sure that you have a qualified roofer take a look at it first. And that also brings up the subject of door-to-door roofing salesmen. So in this area, we get a lot of door-to-door roofing salesmen, and after a storm, they'll come to your door and they'll always recommend that you file a claim right there on the spot. And again, we come across that a lot of times where the roof may not have enough damage for a claim, and they've been talked into filing a claim, and they don't find out till their adjuster gets there that they didn't have enough damage to justify a claim. So always get a qualified roofer, take a look at your roof first, and then if he suggests you make a claim at that point, you would call your insurance company.
That makes sense. That way you're avoiding I don't want to say bait and switch, but go ahead and they've already got you past that first step. And
right.
So you're likely going to use them, but just take it easy. Like, oh, maybe that's something to do. You're like, well, the door-to-door salesman comes by and you realize, well, give me your number. I'll give you a call back later maybe, but that's a great idea. So let me go ahead and call and make sure that we can have it inspected so that it makes sense first.
Right. Right. And oftentimes if you call your insurance agent at that point, he'll be able to recommend a good roofer to you to come look at your roof.
Right. And, I've heard a lot of bad stuff about those door-to-door guys. They'll come by and then it's the company, they're not local. And so if something bad happens, you're just you're stuck.
Correct. And oftentimes they'll get you to sign a contract in advance. And we've seen homeowners that have liens put on their home if they try and get out of that contract.
Oh, and then that brings up all sorts of crazy stuff when you try to sell your home. You've got this lien and it's just terrible. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. We'll talk to you if you could a little bit let's talk about like impact resistance roofing. So, I mean, that should hopefully prevent this from happening where you would never, ever have a claim. But if you could talk to us a little bit about how that works.
Right. So the industry now, several manufacturers in the industry have created what we call impact resistant shingles. The official term for it is a class 4 shingle. So within impact resistant shingles, there's 4 classes, 1, 2, 3, and 4 being the best. And a lot of times these insurance companies will give you a discount on your premium if you install a class 4 impact resistant shingle. So there's different ways that the manufacturers make their shingles impact resistant, and they're not all created equal. So again, this is where you're going to want to talk to your roofing contractor about the impact resistant shingles, find out which ones are the best, and then see about if your roof is getting replaced, see about getting it replaced with an impact resistant shingle. We've had several customers, I shouldn't say several, we have more than several, we've replaced their roof several years ago. Recent storms come and we get there, inspect the roof, and there's no damage because they have a class 4 shingle. So in their neighborhood, their neighbors will be getting their roofs replaced. They are not. So they're not having to pay for their deductible again, and they're getting a discount on their insurance. So if you are getting your roof replaced, you should talk to your roofer about class 4 impact resistant shingles.
Okay. And so with the current insurance claim, was that typically going to cover all the expense with the class 4, or are you going to have to probably bring something more out of pocket for that?
Okay, usually there's going to be an added cost to it, but that cost is usually made up for when you don't have to pay your deductible. So usually what we recommend to someone is if they're going to be in their home for say 3 to 5 years, they plan on being in their home for 3 to 5 years, it's definitely worth putting on an impact resistant shingle, because with the discount they get on their insurance premium, it'll make up for that extra payment that they make.
Makes sense. And I think when it comes time to sell your home, it's just one more thing that you can put as, hey, it's an added benefit. you're not going to worry about this. So it provides a little bit more peace of mind. That's
right. We're finding that in the real estate industry, they're aware of these impact resistant shingles now, and they are asking homeowners if their roof is impact resistant. It is becoming a factor.
perfect. Well, let's say it's not impact resistant and you are filing a claim and it turns out that yes, it makes sense for you to have your roof replaced. How do you go about finding the best contractor that can help with the replacement of your roof?
Okay, so that's a good question. And what you have to understand with insurance claims, it's a little bit different than if you're paying just out of your own pocket. With an insurance claim, your cost is going to be fixed at your deductible. So in other words, if you get an estimate for $10,000, $9,000, $8,000, regardless, your cost is going to be $1,000 if that's your deductible, and the insurance is going to pay the rest. So really, when it comes to an insurance claim, your price is already, your out-of-pocket expense has already been determined. It's your deductible. So when you're interviewing contractor, you're not going to be so much price conscious as you're going to be looking at that contractor and seeing what he offers you. So this goes back to the impact resistant shingles that we talked about. You may be able to find a contractor who, for the insurance amount that your insurance company has given you, will upgrade you to that class 4 roof, maybe with no out-of-pocket expense. So you're not necessarily trying to find the lowest price or the middle price when it comes to contractors, because again, your price is fixed at your deductible. What you're looking for in a contractor at this point is going to be someone who can work with your insurance company, who's knowledgeable about claim reports, and who can look at your claim report and make sure that the insurance company is paying for everything they should be paying for, so you get a good quality re-roof, and then maybe seeing about an upgrade to an impact resistant shingle. So it's not so much price consciousness when it comes to an insurance claim and picking a contractor. It's more about what can they give you in service and quality and experience for that insurance amount.
That makes sense. Peace of mind. It seems to me like when you're talking, I couldn't help but think, all right, so we're looking for the biggest bang for the bucks that we've already paid.
Right.
You've already paid for
Right.
your insurance. You're paying the deductible. And so what you're saying too, though, is that you could talk to your roofer, this contractor. He can go and provide you some feedback or some ammunition to go back to your insurance company and say, hey, it looks like I'm not getting all that I deserve based on this claim that we have, that we should be getting more for our current insurance policy that have. Is that what I'm understanding?
Correct. And so what we're finding now is that insurance companies with COVID-19 and with other factors, they're actually hiring third-party companies to come out and do their adjustment work. So the person that gets on your roof and inspects your property for hail damage may not be an employee of the insurance company, which means that he's not going to have the authority in many cases to write up everything that you need for your roof. So at that point, when you get your claim report, it's not going to be sufficient. So what you need is a contractor who has the ability then to work with your insurance company. And that's going to involve your contractor having insurance estimating software. And that insurance contractor is going to have to work with your insurance company to build up that quote that the insurance company gives you to make sure you have enough money to get a good quality job done.
Super. And I know we've had discussions before, and I know that don't want to promote yourself necessarily. You just want to educate the public, but those are you have that software, right?
Absolutely. And we also have office personnel. That's basically all they do is work with insurance companies on these insurance claims. The technical term or the name for it is supplementing. So you need a contractor who can supplement that original contract amount. You have code improvements that they're going to have to pay for, and you also have permitting they're going to have to pay for, and just maybe some items that the adjuster didn't see when he originally inspected your roof.
Wow. I thought I knew a lot, but you've really opened my eyes. Thank you so much, Bryan. If anyone else who's watching this video, if you guys want more information about roofing and how it relates to insurance claims, specifically in the Colorado Springs area and surrounding areas, then please give Bryan a call, or his information is going to be down below. So just click on some of his links and you can have access to that. If anyone needs any help with mortgages, I'm also happy to help too. But hey, Bryan, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
All right.